Hello and welcome to Sex, Dating and the Sisterhood. My name is Shelly Horton and I'm 47 years old.
My name's Bianca Farmakis and I'm 23 years old.
Yes, since our last series I had another birthday, so I'm now 24 years older than B, which is a little bit distressing. But what I'm hoping is we can see dating from different points of view. So today I want to talk about something that I find a little bit icky, sexting. Is it just part of modern dating, B, or is it a bit taboo?
Well, okay, I would say sexting at its core definition is sending a little bit of a flirty message, possibly a nude image, whatever you want. But I do think it's a big part of dating nowadays. I think the advent of social media technology has thrown a whole new spanner in the mix for virtual love to find its way.
So when my husband and I were dating, we were texting back and forward quite a bit, but it wasn't nudes.
Yeah.
For it to be sexting, does it have to be the whole shebang?
Not the whole shebang, but considering we have like 300 different ways to chat to each other nowadays, we need that level of differentiation. So whether that's a bit of like a saucy message, even an image, side boob. I mean, is that something you've ever considered sending, Shelly?
Now that you mention boobs, before, when I was between marriages, I did once send a guy a photo of my boobs, but I didn't have my head in shot. So I figured that kept me safe.
I know, rule of thumb, always keep your face out of it. That's what I've heard across consensus. But yeah, there's no shame in that. I think it's a very flirty way to engage with each other and a great expression of sexuality. I should add though, when it's consensual, because unsolicited images, I mean, we've both gotten them. Not fun, not a vibe, so boring.
Absolutely, and I really do wonder if people even understand the laws around this, because in some states of Australia, if you send a dick pic or an offensive nude image to someone who's under 18, you're actually breaking the law.
Yeah, definitely. And I think there is such that disconnect there, especially with young children, because they're taught that sending nude images is a form of child pornography, but in the same length they do want to express their sexuality, and we really need to reinforce the ideas of consent and maturity there. And what gets me more is that there was a study recently done where 12% of teenage girls actually feel so pressured to send these images against their will, and it's quite frustrating and confronting to think of it in that way.
Yeah, when there's a power differentiation, that's when things get awkward. I mean, a perfect example of that is, I'm not sure if you saw the American doco on Netflix called Cheer. Yes. It's about a high school and the cheer squad, and one of the guys from there has been allegedly soliciting nudes from younger boys, and he's actually been charged with child pornography. So when you use terms like child pornography, I think you do realize just how serious it is.
Exactly. I mean, we have such a disconnect for things that happen online versus in real life. So if you were to do that in person, no one would question whether it's such a harmful thing to do. But online takes a whole new language that we haven't really quite grasped yet. But at the end of the day, like, there's a power dynamic here, and what you may think is just a moment of hedonistic pleasure for you can ruin someone's life.
Absolutely. Now, I'm probably going to sound like a bit of a nana right now, but I think if you keep your nudes for in real life, then there's no chance of you guys breaking up and he puts it on the internet.
Look, I'm gonna go two-pronged there, because I agree, like, in real life is so much better. I mean, when you get a bad dick pic in your messages, not sexy, no camera quality, no lighting, no nothing, like no mood has been set. But between two consenting adults over the age of 18, I think it can be fun. I think it can be a very sexy way to kind of not take your relationship to the next level, but just add a little spice to it. I mean...
But should you be worried about revenge porn?
Oh, well, okay. I have an issue with the term revenge porn because, again, it's this idea that, like, it's not as serious as committing a crime, but it is a crime to send images that you are very privileged to receive, might I add, to people who weren't intended for, is a felony. And if you have a lawsuit coming your way, you deserve it.
I agree, but I'm still going to say, hey girls, keep your pink bits at home. All right. To the girl in the pink suit, thank you so much, B. Always fun chatting to you. If you want to see more sex, dating and the sisterhood, you just have to come right here to 9honey.com.au.